Is it streaming yet? Alright, it should be streaming. Is it streaming yet? Alrighty. It's almost nighttime. Actually, it is nighttime. I probably should have got that set up quicker. Alright, what's on the itinerary? It's calm, so I can actually look around at night. It is springtime, so it is pretty cold. It's not warm out, but it's not frozen, and the berry bushes are gonna start growing again. I planted some more blueberry bushes. The chickens. Where are the piglets? Or did they grow up and I slaughtered them? I don't remember. Yeah, we got piglets now, so chicklets, I guess. So I'll be able to make more arrows, because I do have some feathers, but if I'm gonna make a lot of arrows, I'm gonna need a lot more. It's not like Minecraft where you get 4 arrows per feather. You gotta have 1 feather per arrow. There's a wolf out there, which should be fine. During winter, there was a bear that would spawn right along that ridge there and run in, and I tried capturing it. I think I was streaming that too, but I tried to capture it and I couldn't get it, so I just killed it and kept its fur pelt, turned it into a rug, which I think that one is in the basement, the wine cellar. I tried capturing it. I'll probably try capturing a bear. That'll be like a cool little thing to do. But for right now, it's not a top priority. What is a priority is checking up on my crops. Alright, got some rye, turnips. Rye. It's annoying when this grass grows on anything. I don't really need the grass right now. Like during winter, I was kind of hurting for it because you gotta break the snow, then you gotta break it with your knife, and if you just use your knife while there's snow on it, you won't drop anything. But I did start building this greenhouse during the end of winter, so now we have a greenhouse. Made it a glass. I originally made it too big, and I had to move it back. And probably could have made it a little bit over, but maybe I'll put some stuff here. I have some trees growing. Also, I found I was going on a little bit of a expedition to find ores and stuff, and mainly I was trying to find. It's concerning. I was trying to find traders so I could buy lime, so I can get leather going. Found some salt, but that's it. And I did get a pink apple tree that was like further away, so I didn't feel bad about cutting it down and replanting it. And these guys don't really have a good chance of surviving. 40%, that's less than a coin toss. But if one dies, if one of them survives, at least, you know, I'll be cool. I could like slowly fill them up. But yeah, the greenhouse. I have some cabbages growing. I probably could have like designed this a little bit better so that way there's I don't have to keep watering it. But I like the way this looks. And everyone knows function follows form, which means everything has to look good before it's functional. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna plant here. Probably rye once I get some seeds going. Onions. The spelt's gonna be nice. The onions and the turnips. Ah, man, I mixed up the. Dang it. Oh well. I did put some fertilizer down, but oh well. Oh well. So much for crop rotation. Apparently Minecraft has crop rotation. Well, it doesn't have crop rotation. It has, if you have, like, plants planted interchangeably, like if this is potatoes and this is carrots, then they'll both grow quicker than if there was, like, 2 rows of carrots. And it is noticeable, like, I was playing modded Minecraft a while ago, and I had, I'll put some board beams here. I think it looks nicer. I was gonna put like rafters across, but it's just too low to the ground. So it felt claustrophobic, especially like right here, where there's already like stuff over here. Anyway, so yeah, I was making I had a little farm going for some materials for Ars Nuevo, whatever, Nuevas. I don't know how to pronounce half that shit, because I only ever see things written down. I never hear people, like, read things out loud. All I ever do is, like, read forum posts and shit like that. But, you need to get these, like, magical plants to make clothing. And, you only ever need so much of it. So I just had, like, 1 or 2 plants going on that little farm. I basically had like a 3x3, like a little 9 square block of like crops and stuff, and then I would just like build new farms underground and amass ludicrous amounts of food, which I never really used for anything. Like I had a rabbit farm, but the rabbits were more so to generate source, and you could get like source from them breeding and killing them, which is the power like my magical crafting and stuff. Why am I just gliding? Why am I just gliding over this? I'm not losing connection, am I? There we are. And I move fast on this stuff. Because I think it gives you like a... Hold on. Come on, why don't the tooltips work half the time? Hold on. Yeah, 1 point. Yeah. Which is like a 30% increase. And then I also have move 10% faster because I'm a hunter class, which is pretty cool. I get really accurate with arrows. Like in Minecraft, it's like you just like shoot in the general area and you don't really need to lead your shots and shit. But in this game, you gotta do it. Farming and hunting in this game just feels so much more satisfying than Minecraft. Like in Minecraft, you don't even really hunt. You just kind of like crit things. Like you could like slaughter a whole thing of sheep, and they're done. But Minecraft in this game, you gotta chase them down. There is a mod that adds like blood splatter, so like when you hit a mob, like an animal, it like leaves a blood trail, so you could like track it. Which I don't have installed because this is purely vanilla right now, but I figured I'll get that once I decide to start doing modding. Which I'll probably do once I get a windmill built. Once I get like mechanization going, then I'll this guy here. Then I'll justify modding. Any watchers right now? No. Yeah, is this raining out there? I've noticed that like it's brighter when you look through the glass. Like you can't see the end there. I don't even think that's just because it's slabs. I think it's just because it's glass. You can see through there. Which looks kind of cool, but it's kind of... I've talked about before in a stream where like it feels like it's the opposite. Like normally you should be able to see further, but because it's light in here and dark out there, you wouldn't be able to see it. Which actually, there's lights out there, so maybe not so much. Alright, what do I need to be doing? My crop's growing. I guess I'll make more arrows. Never mind, a heavy temporal storm is forming. Well, let me just get a bunch of stuff together that I might need. Might as well make some meals. It'd be cool if you could turn lumps of, like you could cook lumps of fat into, one, two, six, into, charcoal. Into like oil, like a tallow, and then you can use that to cook or use the stock for soups. All right, well I'll use the rest of the peat bricks. I could get a bunch of that. There's 2 spots where I know I can get a lot of them. Also have a whole bunch of sticks, which I'm fine burning through because I have 800 of them now. Just gonna cook these up. And actually, I have another spot, so I could get 2 going. Oh, I have calcified. It'd be nice if they showed up in there. Yeah, so that's good. And then shit. Let me get 2 vegetables so I can just make a soup so it's just not a total waste. I wish there was like a diegetic way of seeing that that what's it called coming, the temporal storm. Why isn't the thing? Let's get 2 onions, or turnips rather. Onions and turnips are basically the same thing. They both live in the ground. Last guy here. Yeah, I thought it was so clever putting these guys in a crate, which I guess it is because it still consolidates space. But it only holds 20 of these guys, which I thought it would hold like 1,000 because it normally holds like stacks of shit, but it doesn't. I guess I got outsmarted by a video game. Half the fat. Put this stuff away. Here's Boulder Bill. I chiseled it out of some peridot stone. Yeah, this made 2 servings, and this made 6. Well, will make 6. You can only have 4 servings per crock, which should be able to hold everything. You can only hold 4 meals per crock. So if I do this guy, there should be 2 servings here, 4 in here, and then 2 in here. So now I got some schmeats, and then a second crock. Boom, boom. Put 2 in there. I have 4. Do these 2, and then I'll just make 2 lamps, and then keep the rest of the fat. Go put it in the pantry before the storm hits. Is that just ice over there? The top left? Yeah, I guess so. guys. Where'd the sticks go? Am I having a brain? Where are those? Oh. There we are. Gamer dementia. It's, actually, shit, I should probably cook these guys. It's where a game does something weird, and you're not sure whether that actually happened in reality, or if you're just crazy. It seems like whenever I stream, a temporal storm happens. Alright, yeah, this thing's pregnant. It's been pregnant for a while. These guys have like a long gestation period, but they produce more offspring. Except for this one, last time, it only did 2. So that's why there's still 2 in here. And it was 2 boars. Because I'd want to have more sows, because that way they get more pregnant and it increases exponentially. If it's only one sow, then like I have to kill the old one so that way the generations increase. I don't want a whole bunch of mixed generations, because then it just becomes harder to manage. I always want the generations increasing. Leave that guy. Well, here we are. Just check on my wine. Get in there. Two and a half years, 3.5 years. Yeah, in like 2 months, April, May, yeah. By the time it's summer, I'll have a whole bunch. Wait, shit, I have food down here. This guy right there. We got a whole bunch of wine and juices. And then I could use that rot, not the rot, the yeah, the rot. I could use the mash from the dried mash from the fruits, the juicing process, to feed the pigs, and then I could also turn it into rot, like let it rot, which will in turn, I could turn to make it to compost. Actually, I think I have some compost. Yeah, it's approaching, so I still have some time. Oh, and soaked hide. Check it. I can make tannin, which I can't really do right now. Alright, that's almost spoiled, and I could have enough rot to make. Alrighty. Yeah, I crushed some seashells to make some lime, so at least I'll have... how much leather will this make? Large... Scraped hide. Parrot hide, large. Leather. I guess I can make 5, which... I don't think that's really enough to do anything. Hold on. That's not enough to do that. Not enough for body armor. Not enough for... Can I make a... I can make an antler mount. That's basically it. I wish like green leather was used for more. Like having like green leather armor, that'd be cool. Shit, camouflaged. Oh, and slings don't. You can't even craft it. You don't have the improviser. The recurve bow, I can make a recurve bow, which will be cool, and I'll have like 4 left over to put aside. So for right now, I can scrape this with a knife. And then the scraped hide doesn't really do anything right now. Just put it in here. And then forget about it until much later, and then... Oh well. Yeah, I guess you could add... I was looking at the roadmap for Vintage Story, because apparently they're going to be working on... I was going to make a video about like things I look forward to and like what I like a wish list for updates, and of basically everything I wanted is basically already being worked on, or like not being worked on, but being it's on the roadmap. Like they're gonna get to it eventually. Like mine carts and trains, steam technology, water wheels, shit like that. Also have these like signposts, but I haven't really used. Like, I mean, I could put like the sign here saying that the greenhouse is this way, but it's not necessary. I think what I'll do is I'll probably expand here. Start putting like a wall here. And then... Oh shit, it's eminent. Shit's gonna get spooky real soon. Let's get back inside. Luckily I have all these lanterns now. Like one time, like a monster spawned right here, a shiver spawned right here and attacked me. But it shouldn't now because there's all this light right here. Yeah, so much for being eminent. It's gonna close this. I put a trapdoor here so it could I don't have to keep breaking a block. Oh shit! Here we go. Here we go. Get inside. Cogwheels. There's the giraffe running through the background. Ooh, that's spooky. I'm get a fire going. Make sure everything's totally lit. door. Oh, now it's medium rift activity. I know you could turn these off, but I don't feel like that. So, I talked about Christian, so I think, like, eventually we'll get around to doing it once he gets, like, a following, is the civilization server idea. And I think Homo sapien mode is, like, the best idea, so that way everything feels like we truly, like, everything is like everyone's built it. There's no, merchants and shit to, like, cop out. But I think it would be cool if there's like a big castle siege, and then suddenly there's a temporal storm in the middle of a siege. So it's like, oh shit, now we gotta worry about that. But then again, it just seems like hunkered down in place for a while. It'd be nice to have, like, front-facing windows, but there's not really space for any of them. What the fuck is that? Is that a... just a drifter? Riveting gameplay, I know. On my single player world, which I haven't played in a while, I've just been using this server as my single player world essentially. I mean, other people can join if they want, but yeah, I'm just basically on my own for the most part. Cat's meowing. I had a little, like, a castle. It was like a square castle, like a tower, and I had like a little cook pot in the center like this. And there was a second and third floor that had like those trapdoors that let the smoke up, and then there was a ladder. I've shown it on the channel before, but I had my anvil in there and the two forges, and I did have my coal outside in my old house that I turned into a coal shed. My cat is meowing. Go check on that. But yeah, so I was able to actually work on... like, forging things and chiseling stuff and cooking. I'd have basically everything in one spot, which is mixed, I guess. I think the next project I'm gonna do is build a proper, like, large manor house. Because, like, this little cottage is cozy and all, but I'd like something bigger. Like, my greenhouse shouldn't be bigger than my actual house. Man, there's a lot of them out there. But yeah, what I'd like is like a castle, where when all these guys are at my door, I could walk up some stairs, go over, open up a trap door, and then just like stab down at them. They can't really get at me. There was a lot of there. My stability's going pretty low. Below 50. And killing these guys does give, like, good loot, I guess, but I already have a bunch of temporal gears. I could use some more rusty gears, I guess, but that's not... Just trade glass away for that. There's a furniture guy. Not too far away. Twine is what I need a lot of if I want to make a windmill and a sailboat. Once this ends, I'll just sleep and then... It'd be cool if you could, like, pin this, like, to your, screen. Like, you could, like, move around and shit. It'd be nice if you could, like, pin it so that, like, it's always open normally. You can just, like, tap over to it and, like, click on things. Like you can in Morrowind. Here we are. There's something on the roof? Jesus. I can't even leave the house because... Yeah, a castle would be nice because then I could have like 2 exits. My bearskin rugs. And I'll make it big enough so that I could have like... Let me see here. 2x2, good 2x4. I don't think I ever made those. I made 1x3. If I had more arrows, I'd be tempted to open it up so I could let one in and like just kill it, but I only have 2 arrows. So more arrows is what I'm going to be making. Freaking cat. I was freaking out because those. Instead of like instead of one of the food bowls being full, there was two full bowls. I'm not gonna explain it. It's animals being stupid. All right, I think that's enough of the drifters. Wasn't any bow torn, which is good because those guys stick around and they shoot you from a distance. All right, so right, it's almost dark time anyway. Let me knock it off. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I hate animals. Not even coming through. Oh well. Let me gather some wood before the nighttime. Get some charcoal going. Have my iron shears. Oh shit! Why is it in the tree? Jesus Christ. I'll have to clip that now. Shit. Oh shit, let me go put my food in the cellar so it stays fresh for longer. Boom. Alright, let's see where it puts me. I'm not so good with math. $4 in the morning. That's not so bad. Oh, and there's monsters out there. Great. There's a reason why monsters burn the daylight in Minecraft. A lot of brown bears. Shiver over there. Over there is where I need to be. I like how it drowns. That's pretty cool. If it actually drowned, that'd be really funny. Did it despawn? I think it despawned. Alrighty. We'll cut down some more trees. We'll get some more charcoal going. I'm using these guys. I think it might actually give you more sticks, which I don't really need, but it does give a greater chance of getting seeds. Use flint. Can always use more flint. As long as I have like replacement level, I'm good. I'll probably trim this one. There we are. Man, I love these rope ladders. Like, it's kind of annoying trying to climb them as you're, like, placing them, because it's like, you gotta, like, shift and go down and back up, but other than that... Shit. I'm still not used to the fall damage in this game. This guy there. There we are. I get why fruit trees are like such a pain in the ass to do, but like realistically, they shouldn't be that much of a problem. Because like you got people like John Chapman. You know who John Chapman is? John Chapman, more affectionately known as Johnny Appleseed, was a guy. He was a missionary, spreading the good word, and also um, he would teach farmers how to cultivate. He would like plant apples and cultivate them, which you can't just plant apple seeds and expect them. They don't grow into like really edible apples. They don't taste as good as the ones that you graft and like nurture that way. But they're really good for making like brandy and liquor. I don't know. I'm not too much about the. I'm not so familiar with the alcohol terms. I don't drink, but turning it into mash and then turning the mash into like cider, um, and then like distilling that into like liquors and whatever. Um, he taught people to do that. So Johnny Appleseed was just like encouraging people to make liquor, not only like food preservation, but also because it helped provide an income for poor people. Like, well, you can just like make and sell apple cider to rich people. Or people like in the cities. Grass. Light it on fire. And then seal it up. So now this will produce charcoal. I don't have to keep breaking the block. Put the rest of this firewood right here. You know what? I have shears. Clean these guys up here. Looks a bit neat. These guys I'll keep shaky looking. Because they don't like blend together as well as the larger ones, like the currant berries and blueberries. Pig's still pregnant. Chicks are still chicken. Rye is growing. Turnips are growing. It's raining. It's almost all the time in this area, so I don't have to worry about watering those too often. I'll just keep an eye on them occasionally. But inside, I need to... Alright. I thought there was a temporal storm, a fucking whirlpool in here. Which it shouldn't, because these have greenhouse bonus, which means that they're... I'll just could plant longer in the winter, or earlier in the winter. Earlier in the spring, have them growing in the winter. Which, like later into the fall, But I think with the temperature that I get and with how durable some of these plants are, I think it's 11 degrees, so it's like 16 degrees. And then if it's 0, it's going to be +5. And some of these guys have like a temperature of like negative whatever. So yeah, they should definitely just keep growing. Yeah, these guys watered up. One thing that's nice is that so lava exists in this game, but you can't pick it up or move it, and you can't place blocks. You gotta like use gravel to like block it off. Just because I guess it makes sense. And you can't like place a block in it because it's like technically already a block. But if you want to make a water source, you just like put down a thing of water. And if you want to block it up, just like put a dirt block in there. Like I didn't have to like run over here and get like 2 buckets and then like do like a kind of whole like infinite water source. I just put one down, then grabbed it up again and put it next to her, and then just that 7 more times, and that's how I got this well here. It's symmetrical just because I want it symmetrical. Yeah, it's all smoking, so that's how you know it's working. Yes, sirree. I guess in the current version I'm playing, these guys, like, normally when they're prior to the recent updates, these guys are like mini bears. Like, they would just attack you, like, viciously. They're fucking dangerous. And they made it so that, no, it's only if they attack you or if they're, piglets nearby. But then it was changed so that they're always, passive. Like, they always run away from you. Even if there's piglets nearby. Unless, like, sometimes they'll attack you. Like, I know sometimes they'll attack, but the point is that it was, like, they're a lot more forgiving. And they just recently changed it, and the next update is coming out so that they're back to normal, whatever level of aggressiveness they should be. Get some food, and then I'll probably start making some more arrows. Alright, let me put these guys back over here. Metal cans. I think metal cans and metal canning would be pretty cool. Because that way you could like melt down metal cans if you're desperate to make metal again. I think aluminum is in the game, but I think it's like really rare. Alrighty, I need 2 iron blooms. Yeah, I'm at that point where like iron is cheaper than everything else. And there's still a massive iron deposit. I haven't begun to like. I grabbed like a couple. Like, I got quite a bit out, but there's still like a whole massive chunk of iron. It's like there's a shitload of it. Like I did clear out that iron deposit over there, or copper deposit. I would like more copper just because like I use it for shit, but I have, I think, enough of a shit ton of copper bits to copper ore. Oh, I have a lot of copper ore and then a decent amount of hematite. So yeah, I'm stacked up on that shit. I would like some more cassiterite so I could make more tin bronze to make those tin bronze armor sets, but I'm not really so worried about that right now. There's a spot nearby that should have a high amount, so I'm not super worried about it. I thought I heard a shiver. Alrighty. Calm. Alright, that guy should be going away. There we are. Fuck you. Won't miss you. Get fucked. Here we are. Got some bloomeries in here. Make glass, which I don't really need to make right now. I'll actually dump it, and then I don't need to, wouldn't do anything with it. Oh, I could about break this guy. Yeah, I was only I have all the glass I need for that project, so that's done. I found like a massive quartz deposit nearby, so that's cool. I actually found some silver, which I could use for... You bastard. I'm getting the Falks out. Got worse can break one of my precious arrows on you. Did it? How it drop flax fibers? Where did flax fibers come from? Did it drop that somehow without me killing it? Did it have like... Does it have its own inventory where it panics and drops shit? That's one thing that does suck though, is like you have to actually kill and skin the monster. And a hunter doesn't usually, like, for some reason doesn't get like a bonus stat like I feel like it would. Because like hunter gets better meat drops, which I guess makes sense because you're like skinning an animal. It's like a hunter. Maybe like the I don't know. Yeah, like it doesn't burn the sunlight, so you won't like walk around your base and just find like I got like some bones and some arrows, which is always nice. Alrighty, take this guy. Here we are. Just dinging away at this guy. One thing that kind of sucks is that like you end up like breaking off a lot of like excess iron bits, like usable iron bits, and it feels like a waste. You know? Oops. Like, look at all these bits here. Like, that's a not insubstantial amount of iron that's just being, like, split away, and, like, I can't even, like, add another iron plate or something to it to, like, make anything out of it. Which I guess, because, like, the iron plate requires 2 iron ingots, and there's leftover material that, you could like duplicate iron bits, I guess, but that's like such a... The fuck was that sound? I hear like monsters all the time. I just need to fill that area, whole thing up with dirt, because it's getting to me. And my thing is going off. I have no idea what's causing that. How long have I been going on for? An hour? I'll keep going for a bit. I mean, once I end the stream, what I do is I just like keep playing, but I'll just put on like a podcast or something. Oh shit. Here we are. Huh. Alright, I guess I can't do that. I'll just... That's gonna drive me crazy. I have no idea what's making that sound. Oh, it's around that bend there. Alright, well, I'm not gonna do anything right now, but in the future, I'm gonna seal the entire place up with dirt. Just be done with it. Shit. There we are. Gamer dementia. It's when you hear something messed up or see something weird, and instead of being sure that it's just some like thing in the game, you're not sure they're going crazy or there's a glitch. Coined by Ross Scott, who is the best guy on the internet. My rye is growing. My turnips are mature. Give it a moment. Alrighty. Let's keep these growing out here, wouldn't they? Yeah, they're there. P and not. There we are. 6 of them. There we are. I'm not so worried about them expiring because, like that, I'll usually eat them beforehand. I'm surprised they don't. Why they don't last as long? Because like. In my single player world, it lasts a year. Maybe I think for some reason the time scale is different. My single player world. For some reason my tongs are backwards too, which is weird. Shit. Making some arrows. I guess someone found some old forum posts by Scott Cawthon, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, from like the early 2000s, where he's like trying to like give advice to somebody on like how to make a game work. The basic idea was that the character wouldn't move, and the guy was like, "Well, how come my characters won't move? I did everything right." And he's like, "No, what you got to do, you have the collision set so that it's going to interact with like the background. You got to have it so it doesn't interact with the background." And I guess the guy wasn't like listening. It was still asking the questions, so he freaked out and he was like, let's see, you fucking asshole. If you want to have everything stick to everything, go ahead, you idiot." He's just cursing him out, which is really funny because like it doesn't really fit his persona of being like a generally chill guy. But I don't feel like bad for the other guy at all. And anyone who has ever tried to like help someone and they just don't listen has like, you just want to yell at the guy. And there's going to be one time you could do it, it's online, because the internet isn't real. Because it won't cool down in the rain. I know if you put If you put molds out in the rain, they'll harden. Also, I did notice that I had to break my anvil mold to get the anvil out, because when I made the copper one, and then I made my brass and copper one, my copper and tin bronze one in my single player world. I didn't have to break it. I still have my anvil mold, which I probably won't need again, because to make the iron anvil, you don't use a mold. You have to like forge two separate pieces of the iron thing, and then you have to like weld them together, which is cool. I just don't have any borax. Boom, boom, boom. So now we got 20 arrows, which is better than nothing. All right, I think I'll end it here. I can't imagine any kind of wacky shenanigans gonna happen uh, in the meantime. But oh shit, there's a. All right, I have to clip that. God damn it. Jesus Christ. There's so many opportunities. Where are you hiding? On the roof? God. Yeah, curl up and die. You piece of shit. Alright, thanks for watching and or listening. I apologize for the poor quality. It's not gonna get any better. Alright, peace out.